thank you so very much for sharing this time and checking this out. I appreciate it immensely. So I'm Jane, and I like to share all the different ways to integrate our higher selves into this human vessel. And I am called to do this, like, I must share this. And it's what I talk about like all the time with everyone I ever talk with, ever. And so for me to make the videos, I'm just like, bonus, because then I can share it to with more people. So thank you for allowing me to share what I want to share from my heart. Like, thank you for experiencing my share. So thanks, I appreciate it a lot, actually. So I have talked about these seeds of humaning in a higher perspective, a higher consciousness, and it's love, acceptance, compassion, and creativity. So I feel like we understand why the love and acceptance and compassion are in there, because the vibration of it literally anchors us into the higher consciousnesses, the new earth. It helps to bring the heaven on earth. It's where we ascend to. It's that aspect of us that's descending into this human vessel. So the creativity part, I just want to give a little share on why I feel like that's like one of the most important things ever. And I talk and work with a lot of people doing creative things, having creative expressions, creative conversations, just all things creative. And so many adults say things like, oh, I'm not an artist, I'm not creative, and blah, 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 which, whatever, old limiting belief. But like, so here's the thing. The higher perspective of kind of like why this is so important is because of the shifting of the earth. So as some of you know, I am like tree hugger galore here. I spent many years in college studying earth science and geology, and so I always have had this connection with the earth and the messages that it gives me. So, and I've talked about how the magnetic poles are shifting and the earth is moving, but for real, like way fast, like, like y'all, in our lifetime, super soon, we're starting to see it now. And it's not to be scary to talk about this. However, what are we going to do about it? And I know that some people are, they share different ways. And I want to share the creative aspect, because as the environment changes, as it is, as I foresee it to be, and as what's like for real happening, like I will share the links to the people that explain this in way more ways than I want to get into, because I want to talk about the creativity right now. So I don't want to go too deep into like the environment. So when the magnetic poles are moving at this rate, the earth is not really solid, right? So it's kind of more fluid. So it's going to cause a big wobble, because it already is. We're seeing that with the earthquakes that they don't share on the media. We're seeing it in the magnitude of earthquakes that the USGS changes and makes them less cute. It's amazing how like truth and honesty actually allows us to be more aligned and supportive of ourselves and each other for like thriving and humaning, like human rights style. Oh, the program cracks me up. Anyway, so the earth, as it wobbles and we have these earthquakes, we're going to start seeing a whole lot more. And areas that used to not be warm are going to get real warm. Areas that were cold are going to get real cold. And everything's just going to move a little bit faster. And so that may mean that some people are displaced. I've been seeing water displacement for a while, and I just want to put out the reminder that we're all made of water, like a good portion of us. So there's going to be water displacement, even in the physical form. And so some may be called to move, some may be called to just pack up and travel, some may be called to rooting down and grounding in. Those that are attuned and aligned with the earth, who are attuned with their higher selves, that are living with a higher level consciousness of like Christ consciousness of love and acceptance, compassion and creativity. I always have to add those in, because it's how we treat others and it's how we create this new earth. Because as all these earth shifts occur and there's all this displacement of water, that means that it's not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm hungry, let me go down to the Walmart and go buy the food, because that just may not be an option. It may mean that, like, if you have a tent, you might be more comfortable than maybe your neighbors. I don't know, but if you are attuned to the earth, you can hear what it is telling you personally, for you, your purpose, your path. Turn off the media screens. I mean, unless you're watching this, and then you can just share this with everyone you know. Just saying. Anyway, but if we turn off all the medias and we go outside and we ground and we look at the stars, we look at the clouds, we play in the water, we build fires, we connect with the earth, and also doing that in community, because we get to create this new earth as the new earth is creating herself. Brand new. Earth has never done this before, y'all. Like, the amount of energy and the amount of energy that this earth is experiencing, one, because we are shifting. We on here, the humans, are bringing in so much light, and we're the vessels that's holding it, and we are literally touching the earth. We are grounding this in. We are part of the cause of this whole shift of the earth. That being said, earth is doing it anyway too. Like, earth is the cause as well. A lot of things are moving and grooving, and she's like shaking it off. Which means that there are those of us that, if we're firmly rooted and connected, you know, we may not get flown off, or maybe we want to get flown off. It's up to you. It's your higher self's decision. That's a whole other soul contract with yourself conversation. But we get to come together in community and create new communities that will be reliant on tolerance, peace, love, acceptance, compassion, creativity, because we're not going to recreate this shit that the old program had us living in for the 17,000 years. That I'm going to have to get a sip of my tea. It's my first cup of nettle tea. Yo, nettle tea is so delicious and it's so good for you. And it's wild. Some people spray them because they call them weeds. And then what we do is we go to the grocery store and we go buy packs of them to make tea. Or we can stop using that chemicals, spray your lawn and kill the real medicine, pick it ourselves, let it dry and make tea. It's nettles, like you gotta wear gloves and stuff. It's a whole process. Anyway, knowledge like that is helpful in communities when we don't have the Walmarts and the grocery stores and the this and the that to rely on, when it is actually left up to us to live off of the land. We want to do it with people. We want to do it with friends. We want to do it with lovers. We want to do it with art. We want to do it with music. Because if we don't have these boxes to look at, people ask me, check this out, side note. So I got divorced in like 2011, and I left the TV, and so I haven't had a television since then. And so then I get all these phone calls from like the cable people or whatever, and they're like, hey, do you want this something television thing? And I'm like, I don't have a TV, so like I'm probably not your ideal customer. And they're like, yeah, but you can get this package. I'm like, no, don't have the TV. I don't have one. It's not my thing that I do. I'm not into that. And I've had some people and they're like, what do you do? Like, they're so curious. Like, they're pure-hearted, being super curious and inquisitive. And I'm always like, thank you so much for asking, because then I feel like I can share a thing or two. Like, how to live a life without a television and being still distracted and plugged into that program on an hourly basis, like, of life every day. Anyway, we're creating new things. We don't want to create the old program again. We're not going to recreate that. We've all grown through that program and are so done with it that we want something new. Universe is also supporting us for that. Universe is saying, yeah, y'all want something new? You got to do it yourself. Because duh, we can. And because we're source energy and because we're human, we get to do it. We get to do this. It's a gift, it's an honor, it's an adventure, it's fun. Some people are gonna freak the fuck out, and that's okay. We can have compassion for them. I may be freaking out. I don't think I will. You know, and worst case scenario is that I die. Worst case scenario is that we die. It's okay. Like, we're eternal beings made of energy. It really doesn't matter. So, like, have fun. Like, connect in the earth. Do your thing. Follow your heart. Be creative. If you want to start opening a business and do a thing, do the thing. Please do the thing. The earth has never been more ready for you to follow your heart. Because when you're following your heart, first of all, universe just lines up everything for you. And the vibration of all of that literally helps to heal the earth. It supports the earth in her process. It literally goes out quantumly on the fifth dimension, z-axis. When that happens, we literally are like hugging the earth and hugging each other when we follow our own hearts, when we're for real following our hearts and not plugged into the program. We get to be creative. I've been doing it and the best I can, and I'm excited to play more and learn more and like unpack my tent that I've just received that I've not opened yet, but I'm really excited to. Anyway, I digress. So I wanted to hop on here and share this as to why I feel like it's so important to maintain our alignment with our heart and our higher self, keeping the third eye open, keeping the heart open, being vulnerable, being grounded and rooted in this earth. And like when those old programs come up, holla at your girl. I will clear them out. I hear and feel, it's weird because I'm going to use the word truth and I feel like that's so like whatever. But when I say I hear truth, if someone is speaking from their heart, I feel it. I'm like, yep, that's resonant, you know, especially when it's of their high heart. So yeah, when people are sharing whatever it is they're sharing, when they're speaking and it's of their high heart, I feel it. It feels like truth. It feels like resonance, right? Not just this like, oh yeah, I feel that in my gut, because that's like a whole guttural thing. Anyway, different. But take another sip of my tea. Nettle. Highly recommend it. Anyway, I need to have like someone sponsor every one of these, because when I love something, I share it. That would be so fun. Anyway. This is why I feel like it's so important to maintain the high heart. Anyway, yeah, so when people are sharing that isn't of their high heart, if it's from like any space that's not in alignment with their heart, it doesn't feel like truth to me. I don't remember what I was even talking about truth to begin with. It's important to live from your heart. It will make life so much easier for every human being and really all living beings everywhere on the planet and the cosmos and everywhere in between, even the ancestral realm. So I just wanted to hop on here and share that I feel like, yeah, it's Memorial Day, and I feel like it's a beautiful day to remember those who did the things to serve their country, to serve all the veterans that served. Guess what, y'all? We are the new generation of veterans. We're the ones that are going to be taking care of the earth, because as everyone has noticed, the entity that is running that program, that also controlled the veterans to tell them to go and do these things, that entity is not taking care of the veterans. And we know this. They're killing them, like suicide, big thing. It's ridiculous how little the veterans are taken care of, not remotely treated for anything that they actually truly experienced. Not to mention that they were completely conditioned to go kill people, which is completely out of any human being's heart space. Oh, anyway, it's not a program that is in the New Earth realm. It is not aligned with Christ consciousness. It's not aligned at all. It's not. But anyway, all this, the Memorial Day, and we are the ones that get to take care of the veterans, and at the same time care for the earth, the environment, the community, the us that they fought for, that they died for, that some of them are still dying for. Some of them are wishing they would be dead now. So let us please, on this Memorial Day, this is my inspiration for the day. That's why I had to get on here, and that's why it's just coming out. Y'all, the veterans and the human beings that are on this planet are ready to be taken and given care. At the same time, we get to create a future with new programs, with a new consciousness, with a new open heart, vulnerable as fuck, authentic, in integrity, loving, compassionate humans at the helm. We outnumber the program by bajillions. So, hopefully everyone is enjoying their Memorial Day, whatever day you celebrate it, however you may celebrate it, whenever you watch this, and you're like, it's Christmas, that's not even Memorial Day. She's in those summertime South clothes. It's always a remembrance. Every day can be like a Memorial Day, where we can look in the mirror and remember what is our own devotion in this life. What program are we pledging allegiance to? Which planet is going to be stood up for, at the game? I'm team human, I'm team love, I'm team earth. And I hope that this was inspiring at the very least. So, I think I'm about complete. I'm gonna get one more sip of my tea, because I don't want to drink it when it's cold. I still like it hot. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing this time with me, and for remembering all beings everywhere on this planet, including the planet herself or himself. I say herself. Itself. Their self. And remembering that, we are divine source love nuggets, humans on this planet. And we get to come together and create. And it's going to start individually, and it's going to start with you following your heart all the time. So, if there's any assistance in this that I can offer, holla, click on the link below, and you can schedule some time with me. I want you to follow your heart. Truly. I want you to follow your heart. And if we work together, it's not going to take long. I will hear the untruth clear it out real quick, and you will more than likely have a better day and days thereafter. So, it's Jane's super healing power. It kind of is. Anyway, so thank you so much again for sharing this time and sharing this now reality with me. I am of service for this earth to be as I know she is intending. And I just want to make it a smooth and joyful ride for each and every one of us in whatever capacity that is. So thank you for checking this out, and I will catch you all on another now. Bye.